We are 10 seconds away from the beginning of the first race for the South Beach Palms and the Tampa Bay Brigade. Partner forward, 8642. The male athlete will first complete his 8 reps of the double dumbbell overhead squats, then the female, and then they'll move on to the boxes in quadrant 1, and then move on to quadrant 2. Only one athlete can move at a time. In the first quadrant, the Brigade and the Palms are currently neck and neck, head to head. The Palms made a quick player change to move on to the burpees. In this race, there's a couple strategies. You can have the same 2 players moving on from one quadrant to the next, or you can sub in another player if you want to give another player a break, or the other player has a little bit better skill set for this element. In this workout, the box jump overs can be done in a couple ways. Players can choose to jump all the way over the box, clearing it, or they can jump to the top and then rebound off the side. Whichever they can do quicker is what they're going to do here for this race, seeing as the reps are so low and that speed needs to be very quick. Females for both the Brigade and the Palms have moved on to those overhead squats, but the Palms are making quick work of the squats. They've moved on to the burpees, so they are currently your leader for this race. Not far ahead, not far behind are the Brigade. I'm eager to see if the Palms can keep this lead. I saw a fault on the other side with that burpee. In Grid League, athletes can get faulted out if they miss an actual movement or an element. The Palms move on to that first overhead squat. Athletes struggling to hold on to those dumbbells, keep them locked out overhead. The Brigade's catching up, easy. 4. The Brigade and the Palms are now tied. Oh, but it's almost a fault for the Brigade. The Palms are going to catch up and get that lead. Again, we are in quadrant 3. Quadrant 3 here. We're moving from quadrant 1 to 4. Once again, the reps are getting shorter and shorter. The boxes are getting taller, and the dumbbells are getting heavier. 1 rep to go for the female on the Palms. They are in quadrant 4. 2 overhead squats, 2 burpee box jump overs for each player here. Squats are done for the males, for the Palms. 1 squat left for the Palms female player, and the burpees. The Brigade not far behind. Can they catch up? 2 burpees to go for the Palms. 1 rep to go, and the Palms are going to win this first race. The partner forward. We have 1 rep left for the male on the Brigade, 2 reps for the female player, 20 seconds to go, plenty of time here. And that's going to close it out for race number 1, the partner forward. 2 points are going to be awarded to the Palms for winning the race. 1 point is going to be awarded to the Brigade for finishing underneath the time cap. The next workout we have is called Mirror, and we will be right back.
Imagine a sport that features incredible athletic feats like CrossFit, weightlifting, and gymnastics, structured as a high-stakes race like track and field or American Ninja Warrior, and requiring the strategy and teamwork of football or soccer. This is the Grid League, the world's most equal, diverse, exciting, and captivating sport. Grid is the ultimate race-based game requiring great teamwork, leadership, and strategy. And of course, incredible athletic performance. As one of the first co-ed team sports, men and women not only compete alongside each other, but against one another. The intriguing storylines and drama are double that of a single-gender team sport. Oh, and it's fast, exciting, and awe-inspiring. It's a race of greatness. A grid season follows a traditional team sport format. City-based teams are competing in a series of matches structured as a regular season, playoff and championship. The champion of a given season wins a large cash prize. A grid match is a series of short, high-speed, high-excitement races between two co-ed teams of players representing a wide range of body types, athletic backgrounds and skill sets. Each player fills a specific position on their team, including strength specialist, bodyweight specialist, and utility player. A grid race is a series of athletic movements called elements that must be completed by a combination of players as the head coach decides. The strategy can be complex, but the goal is simple. Cross the finish line first. Each race is named and is consistent in structure and rules from match to match, but varies in element depending on the match format of the day. The playing surface is called the grid and is made up of 2 lanes, one for each team. Each lane is made up of a start line and finish line, 4 quadrants, and hash marks along the side. Race rules involve requirements around these areas of the grid. A central rig rounds out a complete grid and is used by both teams for certain bodyweight elements. The grid match score determines the match winner and is tallied according to these race outcomes. The team with the most points at the end of the match wins. Grid reflects a new era of equality and collaboration in sports, diverse males and females working together towards a common goal. The sport inspires youth to get off the couch and experience confidence and mindfulness through co-ed teamwork and the physical sport activity their body is built for. The positive impact of the sport of grid on the world has only just begun. The Grid League is poised to drastically change the way society thinks about and appreciates team sports.
Race number 2 coming at you in just 30 seconds. It's called Mirror. 3 men, 3 women will move from quadrant run to quadrant 4, and they will have 40 shoulder to overhead. The men's barbell weighing 215, women's 135. There's 2 barbells running at the same time. After 10 reps, they can move on to the next quadrant. The kicker of this race, the barbell can't touch the ground. If the barbell is dropped or it touches the ground at any point, all of the athletes have to move back to the starting area for a synchro burpee, and then they can move back to the barbell. We are off. This is Mirror. I'm eager to see which team takes the lead in this race here. They've got 10 shoulder to overhead, and then they will move from quadrant 1 to quadrant 2. To move the barbell, 2 players will take the ends, 1 is in the middle, and they will swap through so that barbell does not touch the ground. Brigade and Palms still head to head. The men on the Brigade making this 215 barbell look light. It's amazing. The Brigade are in quadrant 3, taking the lead in this race. They are flying. Athletes for the Brigade are absolutely obliterating these 10 reps in quadrant number 3. 10 reps to go for the Brigade. They are in quadrant number 4. Can they do it? Can they stay ahead of the Palms? 10 reps to go for the men and the women. Wait to see that final hand in the air. 5 for the women on the Brigade. 4, 3, 2, 1 for the Brigade. And the Brigade are done. That is it Brigade. Almost a photo finish for the Brigade and the Palms. What a quick race. That's going to be 2 points for the Brigade, 1 point for the Palms, tying the score up to be 3-3. The next race we have is going to be the home ringer point. The Brigade have chosen the suicide sprint. They'll sprint 1, 2 markers to the third quadrant, to the fourth, and then to the finish line. With these ringer points, one player in each team goes head to head. They've got to choose their champion if they want to get this extra point here.
When you eat protein, and you eat enough of it, it literally makes you build muscle. But what people don't know works even better than protein is what protein breaks down into when you eat it, and that is essential amino acids. If you take essential amino acids directly, they are in some cases twice as effective at producing lean muscle in the body. So if you want a quick and easy way to get the amino acids that your body needs to create and to maintain lean muscle, essential amino acids are the way to go. Essential amino acids directly are more bioavailable and directly support the creation of muscle better and faster than protein alone does. And there is one brand that is above all others. Keon Aminos are the most premium, all natural amino acids you can get. Come check them out.
It's Dr. Jamie here with the Box Doc, and we are going to talk about some safety tips when doing freestanding handstand push-ups or really any kind of handstand push-ups in general. The most important thing we need to look at is our neck posture. So we don't want to be coming down with our neck extended. That puts a lot of compression through our cervical spine. If you are getting a lot of pain when you do handstand push-ups in your neck, we need to either look at the mechanics or check your strength. There are definitely ways that we can strengthen your neck muscles to be able to better support you into those positions. So there are a few different ways we can strengthen the muscles in the neck. We can do stuff lying on your back. We can actually do some neck work with some bands. The other thing to really focus on in a freestanding handstand push-up would be actually just holding that tripod position and getting comfortable being vertical with your neck in a good position. So just some tripod holds will really start to help build your capacity in that position.
So, Lily moved in, huh? How's that going?
Amazing. My former office is now home to Lily's dog, Peanut. And houseplants. Lily loves houseplants. Oh, and Lily's brother is crashing here. And it's no day never. He has a lot of friends. But the best part? Lily put me on this new soda Olipop. It's actually good for you. 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 Amazing, right?
We are just 90 seconds away from the first ringer point race of this match. The home team, the Brigade, have decided they want to do suicide sprints. Suicide sprints, they will choose their champion to move from quadrant run back to the starting line to 2 to 3 to 4, all the way to that finish line. When it comes to ringer point races, each team wants to choose their fittest, their fastest, everything that they can do to win this race. For the Brigade, Lindsay Spock. For the Palms, it'll be Marcus Washington. It's always exciting to see a male versus a female in the ringer point. You never really know how it's going to go down. I'm eager. We are less than 1 minute away from this ringer point race. The Brigade chose this race, though they have a lot of faith in their player, Lindsay Spock. But I have a feeling, looking at the look in Marcus Washington's eyes, he is coming for blood. He wants this race.
20 seconds.
We have seen this suicide sprint earlier today in an earlier match. The floor gets a little slippery. Athletes can trip up quickly if they try to run and turn around too fast. And they're off. Marcus Washington blowing out of the start line, looking amazing.
Brigade versus Paul. Who will be
They are still neck and neck, but Marcus Washington gets to that third hash mark first. He's got to go to the fourth. Here we go. He's got to go back to the starting line and then to that finish line. Marcus Washington is sprinting. 4-point turn. Lindsey Spock not far behind. Here they go. Marcus Washington crossing that finish line first. This is heartbreaking for the Tampa Bay Brigade. They chose this race thinking that their player was going to win. They were going to get that extra point, but it was the South Beach Palms to make this race their own. Marcus Washington winning that race. He looks pretty happy about it, y'all. The next race we are going to have is going to be the male-female echo. In teams of 2, 30 hang squat cleans for the ladies, hang squat clusters for the men, 20 bar muscle-ups, 30 bar facing burpees, 30 snatch or squat snatch at 115. The echo has been incredible to watch all day. I'm eager to see them run it once and then run it back again. We are just moments away from the next race, what we call echo.
Thank you for coming to say
Yeah, no problem. So Chris, on the last muscle up, had a hard time getting the last one, so I jumped in, got it. Super easy, felt like butter. And then I went to the flipper and went to work. Hey, it's 0-0 now. Go, go. Let's go. This is our race. This is nobody else's. Stand up for what you got. Let's go and win this right now. Let's go. Let's go. Eyes on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Shot, son. You got it. You got it.
Did you get that kiss?
That's love, bro. That's love. Fight to the finish.
Ease me off. I don't care about losing. If we lose, I said, fit a fucking team. You know this shit what happened 10 minutes ago. We start over now. Do you understand? I am so sick and tired. I don't mind losing, but I mind when I have an entire team of people acting like children. Squash it and become friends now.
Being a professional strongwoman, we flip heavy objects all the time, so it's right in my wheelhouse. You know, when stuff's flying at you fast, you're just falling your ass. But, you know, it sucks because in the first race, that happened, and I feel like our team lost the race, and if I could have caught it, we would have been better. So we made a little shift in how we were doing the flipper for the second race.
We are here for race number 3, Echo 1. An updated score for you. The South Beach Palms, 5 points. Tampa Bay Brigade, 4. This race is called Echo. Teams of 2 will have 30 hang squat cleans or squat clusters, 95 pounds. Then they'll move on to 20 bar muscle-ups, 30 bar facing burpees, and 30 squat snatches for the men, regular snatches for the women. The strategies we've seen for these hang squat cleans or hang squat clusters, they send the quick athletes out first, and then they get their men to get a little bit of a lead. First player from the Brigade already moving on to the rig to get ready for the 20 bar muscle-ups. First player Hansen from the Palms getting ready for her bar muscle-ups as well. And the Palms and the Brigade are tied going into these muscle-ups. What you'll start to see for the muscle-ups now that 2 team players for each team are out on the rig, they will do a style called waterfalling. Waterfalling is when one player is at the top of their muscle up while the other is working through the kip. Only one player can accumulate reps at a time. This is how they can move through those 20, 30 reps as quick as possible. We've got Davenport waiting on the ground for her bar-facing burpees, but the Palms are already well underway in their 30 bar-facing burpees. Can the Palms take home another event win? I'm hoping so. We've got a team player switch for the Brigade over here. I'm waiting to see a hand in the air for the Palms. They're in between quadrant 2 and 3, moving through 30 bar-facing burpees. And a player change for the Palms, moving into the last element of this race, 30 115-pound snatches or squat snatches. The women in this race can choose to power, to muscle, or to squat snatch. All they have to do is snatch it to get it overhead. The men have to squat snatch. And the Brigade female player finally catching up to the Palm. I'm wondering if they can make up enough ground in this quadrant to win this race. But I have a feeling it's going to be the Palms that are going to take this race win. We have a player switch for the Palms. That is a smart strategy. They are 15 reps into the 30, over halfway there at this point. We have around 1 minute to go. I'm eager to see if the Palms are going to take home this win. 15 reps in, halfway there for the Brigade. Less than 10 to go for the Palms. I think they're going to do it. Their female player on the grid now. 5 reps to go. All she needs to do is hold on. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 reps to go, 1 rep to go for the Palms. And the Palms take the race win. This is Echo 1. 30 seconds to go for the Brigade. 30 seconds, and then we'll have a 45-second transition to get to Echo Race 2. This race is called Echo because the teams will take it on once, and then they will repeat and do the same workout again. The Palm will earn 2 points for that race win. The Brigade will earn 1, seeing as they both completed the workout. We have less than 30 seconds to go till we are running back Echo 2. The race starts with 30 hang squat cleans or hang squat clusters at 95 pounds for both teams.
Just a second. We need to reset our equipment.
For this race, throughout the day, we've seen teams win the first Echo race, and then the second team will win the second race. We've only seen one team win both Echo races this weekend. I'm wondering if the Palm can take it home and win both Echo races. Once again, this is the Florida Grid League. This is the first weekend of matches that we have all season. We have an entire season up ahead. Less than 10 seconds to go till we have Echo race number 2. The South Beach Palms won the first race. Can they do it again? Marcus Washington on the bar first for the South Beach Palms. 30 hang squat clusters for him. 30 hang squat cleans for the ladies.
8 reps in for the Palms out of 30. 11 for the Brigade. Brigade taking a slight lead here in quadrant.
The Brigade have taken a slight lead in this first quadrant of the workout. There's a lot of reps, a lot of time left in this workout. I have a feeling we're going to see a race all the way down to quadrant number 4. In the last race, the Brigade were the first to the rig for the 20 bar muscle ups, and the Palms caught up once they got into quadrant 2. And the Brigade are going to get that first muscle up on the bar. Once again, these players, and they were faulted out. And they are back, Hansen and Davenport on the rig, working through these 20 bar muscle ups. They're going to use that waterfall strategy once again. One player's working on their bar muscle up, the other one is resting at the top. Davenport off the rig, waiting to get transitioned into the burpee over bar. And Davenport has another rep to go, having some issues communicating here for the Brigade. It seems to be costly for them. The South Beach Palms have caught up speed on the Brigade. The Brigade really needed this event race win, seeing as the Palms won the first one. They've got 30 bar-facing burpees here between the teams. The Palms are currently leading. 12 reps for the Palms. And the Brigade are just a few reps behind, but it's gonna be the Palms with 10 reps to go on their burpees to move on to quadrant number 4. After the players finish their 30 bar facing burpees, they'll move on to the final element, 30 115-pound snatches. And the Palms are the first to the barbell. Can they hold on to this lead? The Brigade is not far behind. And the Brigade finally moving into quadrant number 4. Here they go, 30 snatches for the ladies. Waiting to see if the men on the Palm and the men on the Brigade can catch up. First player swap for the Palms in quadrant number 4. You can see the coach for the Palms yelling at his players to move quickly. They want to take another race win. Player change for the Brigade. It's all about speed here. If your players are getting fatigued and tired, make a switch. You've got the time. It'll be worth it. Here we go, couple reps to go, waiting to see a hand in the air for either team. Less than 10 reps to go for the Palms. Waiting to see the final hand, but can the Brigade catch up? We've got less than 1 minute to go. 5 reps to go for both. The Palms, 5 reps to go for the Brigade. This is it. This is the showdown between the Palms and the Brigade. 1 rep to go for the Brigade, and the Brigade made it. They crossed that finish line first. That was a race all the way down to the final seconds of that race. Once again, you saw it. One team won the first echo, the other team won the second. The Brigade will be awarded 2 points for that win. The Palm will be awarded 1. The next workout we have will be the ladder. It's a snatch ladder, trying to accumulate as many points as they can. That means sending their athletes one by one through the snatches. They will have 1 quadrant each to go. They will ascend in weights until they can't rep it out anymore. We'll be right back.
The Grid League often gets compared to CrossFit, so we're going to take a minute today and talk a little bit about what the similarities and differences are. We're going to end this video with how we see Grid League affecting CrossFit as it grows. There are 3 primary similarities when it comes to CrossFit and Grid. The first of which is the most obvious, and that's the fact that we use some of the same movements. We both use a lot of weightlifting movements, gymnastics movements, pull-ups, box jumps, wall balls. But what you'll find is that's true in a lot of sports. Of course, CrossFit and weightlifting both use the snatch and clean and jerk. Both baseball and cricket hit a ball. Rugby and football have tackling, and lots of sports use running. Next, both CrossFit and Grid use time as a part of their competitions. This is also true of track and field, marathons, and any other form of race that exists in the world. The third and most special similarity is all those haters on the internet talking about how our pull-ups aren't real and we're just using momentum. Love those guys, and they're always so original with what they say. So when it comes to what's different between CrossFit and Grid, you have to start with the origin. What is it all about? So CrossFit, by their own definition on their own website, talks about how CrossFit is a training methodology and a lifestyle first. The competitive form of CrossFit is an awesome part of sports as far as I'm concerned, but its purpose is secondary to the fact that CrossFit is about developing fitness and healthy lifestyle first. The Grid League was born to be an entertainment entity. It was designed to be a sport that's fun to watch and fun to play first. So who participates in these sports? CrossFit is very individually focused. The individual form of CrossFit competition is by far the most popular, and the teams that do exist are 4-person teams, so they're on the small side. There's no individual form of Grid League. Grid League consists of 18-person teams as the true definition of a team sport. The title of the CrossFit Games is to find the fittest on earth. Grid League is more of a traditional team sport where the goal of that season is to find the championship winning team of the season. There's also a big difference between the events that make up each sport. The events that make up a CrossFit competition are called workouts. The events that make up a Grid League match are called races. CrossFit uses a series of these workouts to test various dimensions of fitness that, combined, give a holistic picture of total fitness. Grid is a series of races made up of athletic elements that must be executed as fast as possible by a team. Like any race that exists in the world today, a Grid League race takes place between a start line and a finish line, and the goal is always to cross that finish line first. CrossFit workouts are performed in a wide range of speeds. Grid League only has one pace: fast. CrossFit workouts are many different time domains, sometimes lasting hours. Grid League races are all very short, 5 minutes or less. A full CrossFit competition usually lasts many hours or multiple days. A Grid League match is about an hour and a half. CrossFit starts with a worldwide open and narrows the field over a series of events across many divisions, culminating in the CrossFit Games. The Grid League follows a traditional sports season format, starting with a combine called the American Grid Trials, from which teams recruit for their season. There's then a series of matches amongst city-based teams making up a regular season, and the top teams from that regular season move on to the playoff bracket, culminating in the championship match. The winning team is named the champion of that season. Let's look at the differences between the competitors in these individual sports. CrossFitters must be extremely well-rounded to perform well. You don't see a ton of variation in body type in top-performing CrossFitters because being too big, too small, or having too specific a skill set will eliminate your ability to be competitive in one aspect of fitness or another. Grid League players are built for their strengths. This means there's a natural diversity in every aspect of humanity across a grid team. This makes for a super compelling team dynamic as teams must span genders, ethnicities, body types, backgrounds, and personalities, bringing a whole new level of teamwork. The last thing I want to highlight is the spectator experience. Grid was designed to be fun to watch. A CrossFit competition viewer experience is more like a triathlon or a track and field event. It happens over the course of several hours or days and can be slow at times. Finding the fittest human on earth is super compelling, but it's impossible to do quickly or without downtime. Grid League was designed to be fun to watch first, before everything else. There was high energy, high excitement events in quick succession with little downtime. So I promised we would cover how Grid League is going to affect CrossFit as it grows. Here we go. We believe that as we grow, we will help CrossFit become even stronger. When somebody comes to us wanting to play Grid League but isn't proficient in the foundational movements, we send them to a CrossFit gym. We believe using physical ability is healthy. We believe competition is healthy. We believe the world is better when more people are physically active. Whether that's CrossFit, weightlifting, running track, dancing, or playing grid, we believe that the more opportunities there are for people to express their physical abilities to inspire themselves, others, and the world, the better that world will be.
And we are back here at UBU Expo Center in Orlando, Florida. This is the Florida Grid League, and I'm your host, Bella Martin. This is going to be race number 7, the Snatch Ladder. In the Snatch Ladder, the men and the women will move through the quadrants with ascending weights. In quadrant number 1 for the men, 195, for the women, 120. Moving on to quadrant number 2, 215 for the men, 135 for the women. Quadrant 3, 235 for the men, 150 for women, and closing it out, quadrant 4, 255 and 165. For this race, the goal is to get as many people through the Snatch Ladder as possible. Not all athletes will be able to make it to quadrant number 4 successfully, but that doesn't matter. They will get points based on where they complete the snatch. Snatches in quadrant 1 are awarded a certain number of points, and it continues to increase as you get heavier with the snatch. It's a good lift over here for the first couple athletes for the Brigade. Once an athlete faults a lift, they are not allowed to move on, and they have to walk to that finish line so the next athlete can move out onto the grid. 258.5 was good for Holloway of the Brigade. 135 power snatch for the Brigade. Looks easy. Let's see, can she do 150? She can. Another power snatch and a behind the head drop. 165 for the final snatch in quadrant 4 for the Tampa Bay Brigade. And that's a fault out. Next athlete can come out onto the grid once a player fails a lift. We have 255 on the bar for the Palms. Can he do it? And that's a good lift for the Palms, and that's a squat snatch, ladies and gentlemen. Power snatch, 235 for the Brigade. Can he make it at 255? And it's a fault out. 255 is a very heavy snatch. If you're watching at home, 255 is not easy. Despite the athletes that make it, I think it looks up. It's a good lift for the Brigade. A lot of women today have been able to make it through that fourth quadrant snatch. 165 is good for the Palms. As I said, 165 has been looking too easy for these ladies. We've got two men on the grid right now for the Brigade and the Palms. See if they can both make it to that final barbell. It's gonna be Marcus Washington that's only going through the second grid. Ricky Morgan is going to fault out of 255. And next athletes for the Brigade. Female going up that 135 bar, and that's a good lift at 135. 150 on the bar. And she's going to make it, and that's a good lift at 150. Can she get to 165? And that's a fault out for the Brigade, 165. 40 seconds on the clock, less than 1 minute to go. Final athletes coming out onto the grid for the snatch ladder. Brigade's moving through quickly. 235, too easy. 20 seconds. This is the final couple seconds. Final players out. 255 for the Brigade. 12 seconds left. Final players on the grid. Every rep counts here. 5 seconds. And she made it from the Brigade. Prismian, and that's a good race. We will be right back with the total scores for each team, and we'll let you know who the winner of the Snatch Ladder race was in just a sec.
I see everyone that they can meal prep on weekends. That's perfect. But I don't usually have that time because that weekend I used to program my clients and everything, and just having my weekly box coming up, it's just like perfect because I really can like take advantage of those days, and I'm not just cooking and then programming again and then I have to come back and cooking because that things take like 3 or 4 hours to cook. I really love Rebuild because it's super helpful. I usually choose the performance plan because it's not dairy, it's gluten free, and it's soy free. When you eat to perform, those points are so important. Like there's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind because we literally eat to perform.
the second ringer point race. This is picked by the Palms. 4 rope climbs for time. 12 feet for the ladies, 15 feet for the guys. We've got 2 guys out there. We've got Dalton Herrero for the Brigade and Cade Johnson for the Palms. 2 reps to go for both of these guys. 1 rep to go for the Brigade. And the Brigade running to that finish line. Less than 30 seconds into that race. That was amazing. The Brigade won the previous race, the Snatch ladder, and they ran it back and won that second ringer point race. The score was tied 9-9. The Brigade just won this most recent race. The Brigade are coming for blood today, y'all. Next race we have Jack and Jill. It's a gymnastics heavy race. 60 chest to bar, 30 double touches, 15 triple touches. We are just moments away from the next race. Tampa Bay Brigade are currently leading this match.
If I were to choose between a tire and a flip sled, I would 1000% choose flip sled. You can just do more. You can add weight, you can do multiple different exercises. With a tire, you're kind of stuck with the weight that you have and can only do very simple movements, probably on the top of my head, just like deadlifts and tire flips with it. With the flip sled, you can do so much more. Pushing, pulling, flipping, squats, the whole 9 yards.
The fact that you can actually add as much weight as you want for your big lifters and then still be light enough for your female athletes as well. Not have to have so much square footage space for like tires. Okay, I mean, if you have different levels of tires, I mean, have 10 of them, that's a lot of square footage. And for a gym owner, I mean, you need as much square footage for your clientele as possible.
It's Dr. Jamie here with the Box Doc, and we are going to talk about some safety tips when doing freestanding handstand push-ups or really any kind of handstand push-ups in general. The most important thing we need to look at is our neck posture. So we don't want to be coming down with our neck extended. That puts a lot of compression through our cervical spine. If you are getting a lot of pain when you do handstand push-ups in your neck, we need to either look at the mechanics or check your strength. There are definitely ways that we can strengthen your neck muscles to be able to better support you into those positions. So there are a few different ways we can strengthen the muscles in the neck. We can do stuff lying on your back. We can actually do some neck work with some bands. The other thing to really focus on in a freestanding handstand push-up would be actually just holding that tripod position and getting comfortable being vertical with your neck in a good position. So just some tripod holds will really start to help build your capacity in that position.
We are back here at UBU. This is the Florida Grid League. Last match of the night between the Tampa Bay Brigade and the South Beach Palms. This is race number 8, Jack and Jill. We have 60 chest to bar pull-ups, 30 double touches, and 15 triple touches. If you are new to the sport of Grid League, a double touch is a toe to bar into a chest to bar. That's 2 touches. A triple touch, toe to bar, chest to bar, into a bar muscle. These athletes will use the waterfall technique to crank out as many reps as they can, as fast as they can. The current score, Tampa Bay Brigade 11, South Beach Palms 10. They are starting this workout 60 chest to bar. They've got to waterfall these. Only one player can work at a time. Sometimes it takes the teams a little bit of time, a little bit of communication to get that waterfall just right. You can see the teams are looking at each other to make sure they're staying on that right tempo. I see a hand in the air for the Palms, hand in the air for the Brigade. They are currently together for this race. We are moving on to the 30 double touches. toe to bar into a chest to bar. The toes have to touch the bar, the chest has to touch the bar, or the player will be faulted out.
11 for the Palms. Hudson standing by.
This race is too close to call at this point. They are neck and neck, but it's gonna be the Brigade that gets a little bit further ahead. Their second player is out on the grid in the third quadrant, working through his double touches. First athlete for the Brigade working on her triple touches. Triple touches are a little bit more challenging to waterfall. It requires one player to wait at the top of the bar muscle up for their other player to finish their double touch and then move on to the top. The Tampa Bay Brigade are currently leading this race. I'm eager to see if they can hold on. We've got less than 90 seconds to go. Couple reps left for the Brigade. I'm waiting to see if the South Beach Palms can catch up to the Brigade here. This is the final element for the Jack and Jill race. 5 reps left for the Palms. They are bringing out a new player. 4 reps to go for the Palms. The Palms are going to take the lead in this race. The Brigade are gonna finish that race first. They came from behind. It was a sneaky finish. The Brigade are gonna be awarded 2 points for this race win of Jack and Jill. The Palms will be awarded 1, making the score 13-11. We've got 2 more races to go here. We've got the triad for the women, triad for the men, and then the sprint relay to close it all out. I'm your host, Bella Martin, and you are joining me here at UBU Expo Center in Orlando, Florida. This is the Florida Grid League.
I love Element Salt a lot.
Hardcore Element user.
Element's been awesome.
Element. I've been using Element basically every day. I love it. I was, back to working out and wanted to make sure that I stayed hydrated because that's so important for your supply.
It was a game changer for me because all through high school and college, I would always cramp. This generally comes from that mineral imbalance. Having Element T, in my training bag keeps me hydrated. It's phenomenal.
It rejuvenates me in the workout. It's what my body craves and it's what it needs after sweating so much. It's definitely helped me get through really long, tough workouts and just give me the energy that I need in order to keep pushing through.
It's Dr. Jamie here with the Box Doc, and we are going to talk about some safety tips when doing freestanding handstand push-ups or really any kind of handstand push-ups in general. The most important thing we need to look at is our neck posture. So we don't want to be coming down with our neck extended. That puts a lot of compression through our cervical spine. If you are getting a lot of pain when you do handstand push-ups in your neck, we need to either look at the mechanics or check your strength. There are definitely ways that we can strengthen your neck muscles to be able to better support you into those positions. So there are a few different ways we can strengthen the muscles in the neck. We can do stuff lying on your back. We can actually do some neck work with some bands. The other thing to really focus on in a freestanding handstand push-up would be actually just holding that tripod position and getting comfortable being vertical with your neck in a good position. So just some tripod holds will really start to help build your capacity in that position.
I mean, with soccer or any sport, really, you always have well, girls are better at this in sports, or guys are better at this, but it's like it kind of meshes and goes away in grid because you have your job and that's it. You're good at your job or you're not. So it's not so much guy versus girl anymore. It's just you're a human, do your job.
I don't treat them like dainty little ladies. I don't think they're lesser or weaker or softer. They deserve the same compliments and reprimands that everybody else on our team does.
I love that we had to share the same weights, the same box, the same everything.
There's guys who are afraid of the girls, like, oh man, she's really good at this or whatever, and I have to go against her.
And then I let the guys know, be like, hey, this is what they just ran. You need to match it or beat it. Otherwise, you're gonna hear about it.
Right now, a lot of us need healthcare that's simple and affordable. That's why we created Antidote Health, because you shouldn't have to wait for the doctor when you need it. You should have access to a doctor within minutes, with lower monthly costs, no deductibles, and 24/7 access to a doctor. It's healthcare that cares about you. Get started today at antidotehealth.ai, available on the Apple and Google Play stores.
The next race we have here for the Florida Grid League. Next race is going to be the female triad. I'm your host, Bella Martin. I've been with you here all day, live streaming the Florida Grid League. The triad race, what it looks like, 3 female players from each team will go off onto the grid. They'll have 15 ground overhead at 85 in grid 1, 15 handstand push-ups in grid 2, 15 double kettlebell front squats at 53, 4 ring muscle-ups, and 15 deadlifts at 205 in quadrant 4. The athletes must complete all of the reps in the quadrant before they can move on to the next element. Current score, Tampa Bay Brigade 13, South Beach Palms 11. To make this race a little bit even more interesting, the Palms threw their bonus flag. A bonus flag means that whoever wins the race gets an extra point. That is what they are going for here, 3 points instead of 2. Here we go, the ladies have their 15 ground overhead in quadrant 1. They can make substitutions as needed for this race. They've got to finish the element by all 3 before they can move on to the second quadrant. First player from the Brigade moving on to the handstand push-ups. And the Brigade are going to be leading this race early. But can the Palms catch up to the Brigade? Hands in the air for almost all 3 players on the Brigade, done with their handstand push-ups. Moving on to the kettlebell front squats. These front squats have been really tricky today. A lot of athletes are failing to hold their elbows where they need to be in the front. They've got to be in that front rack. Kettlebells can't be placed on the backs of the players. This element has caused a lot of issues for some of the teams today. The Brigade is currently your race winner. I'm eager to see if the Palm Beach Palms can catch up. Hands in the air for the Brigade, hands in the air for the Palms. Who's it going to be to finish this third element? Moving on to the rings. Seeing a player switch for the Brigade. Smart to bring out your body weight specialist for the ring muscle-ups. 2 more reps to go for the Palms. 1 rep to go. Both teams are done moving on to the rings at the same time. This is always exciting when we see a neck and neck race this far into the race. Each player has 4 ring muscle ups. They've got a lockout at the top, or it's a faulted out. Let's see, there was a fault for the Brigade. Can the Palms catch up and move on to the 4th element, 5th element? And 1 rep to go for the Palms. The Palms are moving on to quadrant 4 first. Here we go. 15 deadlifts at 205 for the ladies of the Palms. They are in quadrant 4. 1 rep to go for the Brigade till they can move on to the deadlifts. Here we go. We got about 1 minute left to go. Can the Palms take this race home? Substituting in, she's got to open up all the way at the top for these deadlifts to count. And it's gonna be the Palms to take home the female triad win. The Brigade will also be awarded points for this race. So the Palms will be taking home 3 points. 3 points for the Palms, 1 point for the Brigade. We've got 45 seconds until we are running this race back with the men's teams. What makes the triad so interesting is that only women will be out on the grid at once, and that only men. This is the only race in Grid League that you'll see this division in gender. Let's run it to some commercials and we'll be right back.
Grid is like super fast fitness, and it's really unique because it's guys and girls on the same team. And unlike other sports, you don't have to be good at everything. You get to showcase your skills of what you're really good at. A lot of people confuse CrossFit and Grid and think they're the same thing, when really they're very different. Some of the movements are similar, and they might look like, oh, you're doing the same exercises, why isn't this CrossFit? But with CrossFit, you have to be good at everything. If you want to be competitive, you can't have any holes in your game. You have to be really strong, you have to be really fast, you have to be really good at gymnastics and have a really good engine. But with Grid, it's totally opposite. You can literally just be really strong. You can suck at burpees and a 20-minute Metcon, that doesn't matter. Your only job at Grid is to be really strong and move a barbell really fast. Or to be really gymnasty and be a ninja on the rig or on rings or whatever. Or just be someone like me who really likes burpees and likes to do a lot of that stuff. You know, like I'll never be the strongest or the gymnastiest, but I have a decent engine and I can move really quick. So for me, it's good because I get to do the stuff that nobody likes to do, like the box jumps and the burpees and that kind of stuff. Whereas my partners will save me, and they're going to do the back rolls to the support and the crazy stuff on the rings that I have no business doing. But together, that's how we win matches, because we all kind of come together and do the stuff that we're good at. I love Grid because, especially after college of being a collegiate athlete, I get to be a team athlete again. But the really cool thing about Grid is I get to compete against guys and beat guys at stuff. And they see us as equals. There's been times where guys have to go against girls and they're like, oh crap, I don't want to go against her. She's really good at this movement or whatever. And that's, you don't see that anywhere else. It's usually a soccer team has all girls or all guys, and it's like girls are really good at one thing in this sport, guys are really good at one thing in that sport, but it doesn't matter what you are. You're a human playing on this team, and you have a specific role that's important. And that's really cool to see, especially for women who think that they can't play sports with guys or whatever, and they see us on the Grid like, wait a minute, they're sharing a barbell with a guy, like they're going against a guy, and they're keeping up or beating that guy. Like, that's just so cool and really empowering that we just get to feel as important is our counterparts, and it's just we're all needed to be on a team in order for the team to win.
About 2 years ago, I tore my ACL while doing rope climbs, and unfortunately the ACL surgery turned into an infection. So I had to get another surgery to clear the infection, and then I was in bed rest for over a month. I had a lot of doctors telling me I was too old, and as a female you shouldn't compete anymore, you should start worrying about other things, and your body's going to break down, you've been through too much. And it was not an easy thing to go through, and I just want to inspire other people. Even when you're an older female, you can go through stuff like this and come back from it even stronger, and don't give up on yourself. Just keep pushing. I love working for Valor. Their statement that they follow is find your personal bravery, and I think that's a great mantra because I think we're all trying to find our personal bravery. Valor, it stands very strong behind what it believes, and it just wants to provide great equipment for its community. And I'm in this community, I'm in the sport, and I believe in everything that it's doing for all the people that use its equipment.
We are back here at UBU Expo Center in Orlando, Florida with the Florida Grid League. I'm your host, Bella Martin, and I've been hanging out with you all day here. It's been amazing. First weekend of matches for the FGL season. We've got a tied up score, 14-14 for the Brigade and the Palms. Next race we have is going to be the male triad. The Palms were able to win the previous race for the female triad, and they had thrown a bonus flag, earning them 3 points instead of 2. For the males, what this race looks like: 15 ground overhead at 125, 15 handstand push-ups, 15 double kettlebell front squats at 70 pounds, 7 ring muscle-ups, and 15 deadlifts at 295. This workout, the ground to overhead and handstand push-ups haven't caused many issues. Where many players and teams are messing up are these double kettlebell front squats. They're failing to keep their elbows locked in and tight close to the chest. And on the ring muscle-ups, once you're tired and fatigued, it's a lot harder to get on top of the rings and lock all the way out, things that the referees are looking for. We are seconds away from the male triad race. Here they go. The Brigade and the Palms together, 14-14. Can the Palms go 2 for 2? Women and men winning this race. We'll see. Teams can sub out players as they need to as this race continues to progress from one quadrant to the next. You've got to use your strongest, your fastest, and your most agile players when you need them. Currently on the grid, all the big players for the Brigade and the Palms. The Brigade, first team to get to the handstand push-ups. An early lead doesn't mean a long lead. We've seen teams today catch up in the ring muscle-ups, catch up in the deadlifts. It's anybody's game here. We have a switch out for a player on the grid. One player left getting their handstand push-ups, and the Palms and the Brigade are gonna go together into these kettlebell front squats. Let's see if these players can hold on to these kettlebells. Once again, the players are getting faulted for not having their elbows in the right position, something we've seen all day. Elbows need to be locked in tight for the reps to count. It is a heavy front squat, and once you're tired, it's a lot harder to keep those elbows low. See some hands in the air for the Brigade. Hands up for the Palms. Palms are the first team to get to the rings. Correction, one ring muscle up, and it was faulted for the Brigade, so now it's going to be the Palms to catch up and try to take this race home. Seeing a lot of faults on the rings right now. These teams need to lock out their elbows or the reps aren't going to count. Something the players know that they kind of forget about once they get a little bit more tired. 2 reps to go for the Palms, 1 rep to go for the Brigade, and they did it. And both teams are on the deadlifts. I told you earlier, just because a team is in the lead doesn't mean they have it for long. Both teams are moving on to the deadlifts at the exact same time. The third player for the Palms got to the barbell before the third for the Brigade. Can the Palms go 2 for 2 for the triad? Let's see. I'm seeing hands up for the Palms. Fans are screaming in the face of the Palms. 5 reps to go. 3 reps to go. 2 reps, 1 rep to go for the Palms. Can they do it? And they are done. That's gonna be it for this race for the Palms. The Brigade crossed the finish line as well, meaning they also are awarded a point. Palms get 2 points for this win. Brigade gets 1, making the score 16 Palms, 15 for the Brigade. I don't know about you, but from here, the energy is amazing here at UBU Convention Center. We have 1 race left, the sprint relay. The Palms, as a reminder, were 4-0 last year in the 2021 season. Do we think they can pull off another win? I'm hoping so. We will be right back for the final race of the match. You are not going to want to miss this. Tune in.
Thank you for coming and saying
Yeah, no problem. So Chris, on the last muscle-up, had a hard time getting the last one, so I jumped in, got it. Super easy. Felt like butter. And then I went to the flipper and went to work.
Hey, it's 0-0 now. Let's go. This is our race. This is nobody else's. Stand up for what you got. Let's go and win this right now. Let's go. Let's go. Eyes on 3. 1, 2,
Shot, son. You got it. You got it.
Did you get that kiss?
That's love, bro. That's love. Fight to the finish.
Ease me off. I don't care about losing. If we lose, as a fucking team. You know this shit what happened 10 minutes ago. We start over now. Do you understand? I am so sick and tired. I don't mind losing, but I mind when I have an entire team of people acting like children. Squash it and become friends now.
Being a professional strongwoman, we flip heavy objects all the time, so it's right in my wheelhouse. You know, when stuff's flying at you fast, you just fall on your ass. But, you know, it sucks because in the first race, that happened, and I feel like our team lost the race, and if I could have caught it, we would have been better. So we made a little shift in how we were doing the flipper for the second round, and I think it paid off. So you know, we're learning as we go. I wish we knew it all so we could just crush everybody and everything. So
For the next hour, let's just tune in. Let's do that palm thing, right?
Do that palm thing!
I'm serious. Do that palm thing and win. We're better than everybody knows we're better.
When we play Tampa, they're gonna think they're getting a fucking layup. How are we showing up to that? Not like a fucking layup, that's for sure, right? We got 2 weeks to master our shit, and we're gonna come out and knock out the only team in the North that has ever won a fucking title. We got 2 weeks to rest up, make sure Josh fixes every fucking broken part of our bodies. I think I need a fucking casket. We're gonna make sure that we are ready to go in 2 weeks.
Slow it down. Y'all are like coming out here like you're trying to just like chaos. Slow it down. Hey! Don't go! I got 2 more!
And the Brigade at this communication. Great communication on the side.
I got a key! Let's just do it. Oh, you got this. What? Hold it.
Heavyweight.
Next doing the ringer, it's going to be a striptease.
Oh, how can y'all get so lucky?
Am I doing it? No, you got it.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to lift this weight.
Everybody want to be a bodybuilder, but nobody want to lift this heavy ass weight.
Ooh, man, handcuffs.
Listen, you can play this in Florida Grid League. If I don't see him on the Florida Grid, he's real. I want 100 Ks for this video, 100 likes, 100 comments, and 100 new followers.
Yes, I need new followers. Them, they just do the bonus flag second race of the match because they think they're stronger than you. Yeah, go show them what it's about. Punch them in the ground. Let's go!
You guys do a bonus flag?
For this?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
For me, my success has only made them envious. They got upset. I had to put all their egos in check.
The moment. Do you used to do bodybuilding?
Yes.
I can tell. There you go.
Oh, I thought you were taking a picture.
This is the last race of our final match here at UBU Expo Center in Orlando, Florida. This is the Florida Grid League. I'm your host, Bella Martin. We've been hanging out all day. It's been my honor and privilege to be here with y'all today. Thank you so much for making this so fun. The last race we have is the sprint relay. Teams have 25 thrusters at 100 pounds on the women's bar, 25 pull-ups, 10 devil's press at 35 pounds for each dumbbell, 200 pounds farmer's carry, 15 bar facing burpees, 4 backward roll to support, 7 deficit handstand push-ups, and 25 thrusters to close it out. This is a relay. Once an element is finished, that player needs to run back to the starting line for a 4-point touch. They will run to the finish and back. UBU is crazy right now. We've got kids, we've got players, we've got everybody out here excited for this last race. Why we're so excited? This can truly be anybody's game. 3 points are on the line for either team. Waiting to see which team it's gonna be the Brigade to get to that second element first. Second element, 25 pull-ups on the rig. The Brigade want this badly. As you know in Grid League, just because you get a lead early doesn't mean it'll last. It's all about speed, agility, strength, everything here at Grid League. The Brigade, 4-point touch, running to that finish line. Hansen not far behind for the Palms. Moving on to the third element. The Brigade have a female on the grid. The Palms have a male. It's been interesting to see which strategy teams employ today. We've seen both. It's a light dumbbell for a male, light dumbbell for a female. It's all about who can do those reps the fastest. They've got to remain in the grid. You don't want to fault out. And the Palms have 1 rep to go. 1 rep to go, Palms, 4-point touch, running to the finish line for the Palms. They caught up. We said it before, we're saying it again. An early lead doesn't mean a long lead. Player from the Palms carrying those 200-pound barbells across the grid, making it look too easy. Next element, 15 bar facing burpees. Here is when a lead gets crucial. If a team can get a lead in these burpees and maintain it for the next couple moves, they'll be successful in this race. Chest to deck, 15 bar facing burpees. Hands in the air for the Palms. The Brigade are catching up, but it's gonna be the Palms to get to that 4-point touch first. And she was faulted out. Had to go back for another burpee, so the Brigade are catching up time and distance here. Palms still a small lead, moving into the 4 backward roll to support. Palms, good first rep. First rep good for both teams. A reminder, they've got to lock out their arms when they get to the top. The Brigade catch up from this element. He was too fast. Holloway too fast on the backward roll to support. Now the teams head-to-head in the 7 deficit handstand push-ups, but it's gonna be the Brigade to get to them first and get through them first. Here he goes, 4-point turn and a sprint to the finish for the Brigade. 1 element left between the Brigade and the finish line. Let's see, can they do it? Here they go, 25 reps to go. Marcus Washington on the grid for the Palms. Can they do it? Marcus is moving faster with that cycle time. Can he catch up to where the Brigade got to before he got to the bar? Waiting to see hands in the air. Whose hand's gonna go up first? Ooh, a fault for the Brigade. That could be costly. Elbows have to lock out here. Waiting to see a hand. Who's it gonna be? And the 5 reps to go for the Brigade. 4 reps, 3 reps, 2 reps. Who's it gonna be? 1 rep to go. And the Brigade and the Palms finishing at the same time, running to the line. Marcus Washington's gonna have to run, but it's gonna be the Brigade. It's the Brigade to close out this race. They're getting 3 points for that win, bringing them to 18 points. 18 points for the Brigade, 1 point for the Palms, giving them 18-17. We're gonna make sure that's final before we give you the final call